Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Monday Night Raw review, May 26, 2014. I am Giovanni.
And as always, I am Alvin Alpha.
So, of course, we're just gonna go through Monday Night Raw from May 26, 2014. I already said that. But the night started off with The Authority, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H coming out to the ring. Well, what can they possibly talk about? I don't know. So Stephanie got in the ring talking about Daniel Bryan and how he was so dedicated and his heart and his mind are so strong, but his body just isn't, making him a
Gay.
B plus, making him a B plus player. So she says again for like the thousandth time that Daniel Bryan is only a B plus player. Sorry. She reminds everyone that Daniel Bryan will have to surrender the championship later that night. Blah 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 blah. Triple H goes on to talk about the same stuff he's always talked about. He talks about Payback and how Evolution can't be stopped or whatever. He says the Shield has a choice because that night is full of choices. They have the option to adapt and not show up to the contract signing, or to sign the contract and at Payback perish forever. Because we've never heard that line before, right?
No,
We have never heard that come out of Triple H's mouth yet. Great. So after that, great old Stephanie McMahon calls out Brad Maddox. And why does she call out Brad Maddox? Because Maddox, I apologize. Because last week, when all people were banned from ringside in the main event except for official personnel, who granted the Shield to become the guest commentators? None other than Brad Maddox, supposedly. That's just horrible. So Triple H is like, no, Triple H, not Triple H. Stephanie is like, oh, you didn't have a choice last week because you got beat up by the Shield, and we have no choice either. And then Kane's theme music hits. And, oh my gosh, it's the Demon King. Oh, run away, right? Well,
no.
Brad Maddox turns around to try to run away from Kane. I don't know why he would do that, but he gets punched straight in the jaw by Triple H. And then Kane is coming out at the same time. He's like, "Oh, I'm so tough. I'm the Demon Kane." And basically, first Kane's just like playing with him like a mouse plays or gets played with by a cat. And Stephanie's just like, teach him a lesson, Kane. And he chokeslams Brad Maddox. And then tombstones Brad Maddox. But that just wasn't enough to teach him a lesson. Now was it, Stephanie? Stephanie goes out of her way to say, oh, I wasn't done with what I was saying. You're fired. So Brad Maddox is no longer the general manager, which I don't think anyone even knew that he was the general manager of Raw. And like
Or
other
like
than the
at
few
least
times they
remember.
said it. Yeah, I don't think they remembered, like, except for the 2 times they've said it in like the past month. So I guess we have no general manager. Oh, all chaos is gonna break loose, right? Because it already hasn't.
I'm glad they actually did something to like address Brad Maddox because he wasn't doing shit. So
Yeah.
like I don't think this whole general manager thing is working out anymore. It used to be cool like back then,
Yeah, like
but
with Eric Bischoff and Theodore
Eric
Long, when there
Bischoff,
was the brand division, it
yeah,
was cool. It was used.
and the whole like you're getting drafted to SmackDown player or whatever, something like that. But they can't do that anymore. So I'm glad they actually did something because I don't want a GM anymore because there's actually no point.
The
There's
COO does everything anyway, so
Yeah, so all right, and then we have a vignette of Bo Dallas
Bo
and he is going to
Dallas.
debut later in tonight. And I marked out so hard. I was like, oh my god!
I'm glad that they still
I was
showed
kind of
them,
disappointed.
even though he
Yeah,
debuted on SmackDown. I was like, yeah, they're still showing it. I believe.
it was probably like the exact same match, but people don't watch SmackDown,
Yeah,
so
who watches SmackDown, right?
you have to put it on Raw. So all right, and then after the Vignette, we have Cesaro versus Rob Van Dam. Uh,
Rob Van Dam.
and before the match starts, you know who comes out already. It's him.
I'm
It's him.
afraid I've got
It's
some bad
it's
news.
me. It's me. It's BNB.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So he comes out and he says, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news," and basically says it's the first day of summer and it's gonna be like I basically he said like Rob Van Dam's gonna lose. So that's
And
about
that we're all fat, so our
it.
swimsuits aren't gonna
Well,
fit.
yeah, I'm not gonna fit.
So
I forgot about that. Um, it was a really good match, I guess. They always put on a good match, but um, dude, that freaking kick by Rob Van Dam to Barrett, I was like, oh shit, I was like, oh god, that looked like he got the whole boot to his
well,
face.
I think
Like,
he deserved that because last week it looked like RVD got a whole bull hammer to the back of his head.
yeah.
So
so, so it made sense that Cesaro got a dirty win, and of course he had to win with another German suplex. So um, it made sense because it didn't make because they're both like contenders for the championships right now. So I would think that like it's okay to get like a dirty win because it doesn't make either of them look weak.
that's
Um,
true.
so and then after that, Sheamus comes out and just bro kicks Cesaro like the shit out of Cesaro, and that's it.
And then shakes his knocked out hand.
Yeah.
That's
um, I think by the way, I'm glad you reminded me of that because I don't think they're gonna do this, but I feel like this would be a great opportunity for Cesaro to. I think he could turn face. Like, what if they have like a really good match and then it's like the NXT arrival thing where Cesaro just like shakes his hand finally, and I feel like they could actually do that, but that's never gonna happen.
that would be good, but right now I don't think he'll be turning face anytime soon.
Yeah, especially since Brock Lesnar apparently beat the streak.
Yeah. So, God.
Oh wait, that's irrelevant. Oh
That's
wait.
irrelevant, but we still hear it every Monday, Friday, Tuesday nights.
You can talk about the next match. It's god awful.
The next match I cared nothing about, which was Eva Marie versus Summer Rae, blah blah blah. If you've been watching
Match
Total,
of the year.
God, if you watched Total Divas this season, basically what's going on is a little feud over them. They're supposed to be a tag team. Summer didn't think it was appropriate that she was tag team with Eva because she thought she sucked. So they got into this argument or whatever,
She
and they
let them
started
off.
hating each other. Which watching Total Divas makes me hate Summer Rae. She is super fake, like incredibly fake. But anyways, I didn't really pay attention to the match until a certain someone came out. A certain two someones. Fandango and Layla come out. And they start dancing on the stage, and
Swallowing each other.
Summer Rae just looks so disgusting and with this mad face, and then they start swallowing each other's faces for like the fifth time on live television. And that doesn't make Summer Rae very happy, but she doesn't for whatever reason leave the ring. She's mad, but she stays in the ring. That makes sense. And she gets rolled up by Eva Marie, who gets the win. I feel like this is like her first win ever. I could be wrong. I don't pay attention to any of her matches. I do not like her, but she picks up the win only to intensify the feud between Summer Rae and Fandango and Layla.
I honestly thought Eva Marie was gonna botch the roll up, but
How can you even botch a roll up?
that's
God,
how
but
like
she would be able to.
yeah, because she can't even like count. So as a referee,
When Summer like stomped on her back, it took Eva Marie like a good 5 seconds before grabbing onto her back. I was like, "What is? You're worse than Batista right now." Like, Brie Bella's acting skills are better than your selling skills. Why do they put this girl on TV? Throw her to NXT, please, someone.
but Summer Rae is like another underrated wrestler because I've seen her wrestle in NXT before, and like she's actually really good. But they bury a lot of divas anyways.
Yeah, I don't. The
All right,
only divas that don't get buried are usually the champion.
all right. The next segment, Cody Rhodes and Goldust, they go into Triple H's office and they 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 want to offer an open challenge to any tag team right now, and Triple H makes it against Orton and Batista, and I saw that coming so much.
Who didn't?
Exactly. So, and then probably the second match of the night, Drew McIntyre versus El Torito.
Yes, this is the match of the night right there.
I was like, what the hell is this shit? I
El
was like,
Torito versus Drew Mac. Supposedly, El Torito's already faced Heath Slater, I think, in a
yeah, he
singles
has,
match.
and he won with like a moonsault. I was like, what the
When
hell?
was that? On
I
SmackDown?
I I think that was like on main event, but
Oh God.
oh my God. Basically, El Torito won over the Chosen One.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
What
Um,
happened to him being the chosen one? There was this whole storyline of Vince McMahon saying he was the chosen one, and now he's nothing but a jobber losing to a bull.
yeah, I thought that was great about like how Vince personally chose him, and I thought that was amazing. I thought that told like a great story, but they like I don't even know how they did this. They buried him so much
It
just
was
for no
probably
reason.
it was probably a giant April Fool's joke.
Oh my God. Then I
But
told you McIntyre, he's the chosen one.
chosen one, so Torito wins, and then the Hornswoggle, starts this attack on El Torito, and
Yes,
like the whole three MBs in the ring with Hornswoggle, and he's trying to rip off
his
his
tail.
mask. Like,
Oh,
why? No, that was later. He's trying to rip
yeah,
off his mask. Like, come on, guy. Then he rips off his tail.
and he spanks him.
You can't
I
you
thought
can't
that was
rip off
hilarious.
a bull's tail. That's just cruel. That is cruel. And when that happened, when he was ripping the mask off, I was like, that it's gonna be Hornswoggle versus Torito in a mask versus hair match. And just what happens later on in the night, they make it official. Payback pre-show. I'm actually excited to see it.
You, I guess I am too, but
I
isn't it
mean,
on the pre-show? Is
yeah,
it
it
on
is
the
on the
pre-show?
pre-show. Yeah.
Okay, thank
I
God.
mean, the WLC was amazing. Like, I didn't expect it to be that good. So this match is probably gonna be just as good, if not better.
I thought that was gonna be really good, but I didn't think it was gonna be like that good. It was like third match of the night, and it had like I think it had like six matches on the card, and I'm saying that WLC match was the third like match of the night.
The WLC was a pre-show. What are you talking about?
I
Oh, the
mean,
third
like
best. The third best. Oh, okay. All right.
third, yeah, the burst, the bird,
The
the
bird.
third best match
The third.
of the
I
of
thought it was the match of the night.
the
To be
WLC
honest,
match.
the
Really,
WLC match. I thought it was the match of the
over
night.
Daniel Bryan versus Kane
Over Daniel Bryan versus Kane.
and
Yes.
Seth Rollins
Yes.
freaking flying
Yes.
from the.
That was cool, but I wouldn't call that match the match of the night.
There was a flaming table after like
Yeah,
after like I
but
don't even know how long, 7 years I think.
like right when he went through it, they extinguished it, like, or extinguished him. That's so, like, Edge and Mick Foley went through a flaming table at WrestleMania 22, and there wasn't a fire extinguisher anywhere in sight. Like no one even cared to shoot them after the match. But right when the demon Kane goes through it, they fire extinguish him. What kind of shit is that?
Well, of course they have to like extinguish the fire that was there on the tables. Somehow it went out for Edge and Mick, but
Cause they rolled on top of the flame.
well, yeah, but that was two guys, and Kane is just
True.
like one guy, so
And the one at 22 at WrestleMania 22, the flames were like they covered the whole table. This covered like a little portion of the table.
that's because he had like a little bit of gas. He had like 1/3 of like
But
a
that's my
gas tank.
point. That's my point. Like Edge and Mick used a shitload of gasoline and did not get extinguished after. And Kane goes on these flames and gets extinguished right like immediately after. Which I mean, I guess it was good because it pushed him inside of the ring to get
The knee.
flying need.
Yeah.
But come on,
All
it's Kane.
right.
It's the Demon
Yeah.
Kane.
All right. Let's just stop talking about this and head to the next
Yeah.
segment.
All right. All right. So when we come back from commercial, of course, we're seeing Los Matadores with El Torito backstage trying to get the doctor to help him. Like, what are you gonna do? And then
For his tail, for his fake
yeah, for his
tail.
fake tail, and then one of the Matadores shoves it straight up his ass.
I was like, what the hell? That's not Peach.
That's not PG. Is
That's
this is
that's
this Austin and McMahon in the hospital?
oh my god, that was like live. Oh my god.
Ugh, I'm traumatized because of that.
That was like a weird ass sex toy, by the way.
Oh
What?
God, it was not. It was a tube in the hospital for whatever. It was not
Oh my
anywhere near that. Okay, get your mind out of the gutter.
Okay, the next segment. Okay. Uh, it was Bray Wyatt or the White the Wyatt family
The
the
weight.
Wyatt
They
family.
have a lot of weight.
Well, okay, I'm not even gonna get into that. The Wyatt family are out there, and they it's basically about John Cena and how Bray Wyatt's just gonna have him be Bray Wyatt's gonna be the last man standing. That's it. And after a while, he calls Lawler into the ring. And I was like, oh my god, why is Lawler always getting picked on? I swear. That must suck for
Because
Lawler.
it's easy for the commentators to build heat up, and they're like, "Come on, he's been through a heart attack." You can't say that about like Michael Cole. They'd be
Mm,
like, "Okay, good, take Cole." The fans
well,
actually like Lawler, but
yeah. Well, okay. Okay, so the White family, they go out to the announce table and you see JBL like taking off his jacket, and I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, he's gonna kick his ass. But Luke Harper he clotheslines the shit
God,
out of JBL.
he
I was like,
clotheslined him
I
straight
was,
to hell.
I was like, oh my god, that's so disrespectful, especially since it was a clothesline to JBL. And oh my god, I was like, oh shit. And they bring Lawler into the ring with a folding chair, and they set it up for Lawler to sit on. And they're basically gonna attack Lawler, but Superman comes in, aka John Cena. Um, he tries to save Lawler, but he's outnumbered, and they hold Cena, and you see the Wyatt. I mean, you see Bray Wyatt about to Sister Abigail Lawler. And I was like, I thought he was actually gonna get Sister Abigail because I completely forgot about the Usos.
Yeah,
So
said everyone ever.
yeah, so like I thought the at first I was like, they can't attack Lawler. Like, what if he gets another injury? He's like so old. But like at first I was like, oh, I guess he can take a Sister Abigail. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's just if you sell it right, you'll not get hurt. But the Usos come out and they super kick the shit out of Eric and Harper. I was like, oh my, that looks so good. And they re they recruit, and Cena he gets a cheap pop and he just says, this Sunday I'm gonna be the last man standing. I don't care if I win or lose, cause Payback's a bitch. And
Yeah, I was like,
like,
that's not PG. You
of
got
course,
your most PG guy saying that.
when you oh, it's funny how like they say bitch more in the PG era more than back then, kind
Yeah,
of.
like
And then like you get a cheap ass pop. Like,
this segment helped me realize why I love Bray Wyatt so much and why I hate John Cena so much. Because Bray Wyatt is a character we've never seen before going against John Cena. We've never seen a character defy what John Cena says and actually thinks what the audience thinks, but in character. Like, no one has done that. No matter who it is feuding with John Cena, they've never said the things that Bray Wyatt has said.
pretty
Except for
much.
maybe uh, Batista, but the closest he's got was kissing babies and hugging fat chicks. But that's about it. So I just love Bray Wyatt because his character's doing this, and this promo helped me realize why I hate John Cena too, because he just says the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, can you please say something else, please, for Christ's sake?
Like, I know he's trying to take this seriously, but like I still feel like Cena's not like completely taking this serious as his other opponents before. Because I remember Cena having super good promos when he's actually really serious, but like when he's backstage and he's beating his chest with the Usos, like that doesn't make me feel like he's so serious about Bray Wyatt. Like, did you see that when he's just
Yeah.
like beating his? I was like,
Which, when he's going against a character like Bray Wyatt, he should be acting like serious, not playing
beating his.
around with the
Yeah,
Usos.
like I thought that was so retarded, by the way. But I feel like Cena just needs to get more serious, and hopefully, like, I don't want to say I'm tired of this feud. I want it, but I don't want it to go on. But I just want Cena to be more serious. But that's way too late now because I it's been up to this is like the second pay-per-view. No, the third
Third,
pay-per-view
the
they've
third.
been facing. Yeah, the third. My mistake.
It's
All right.
actually, in this day and age, pretty rare
Uh,
for a guy to face another guy three pay-per-views in a row.
yeah. So, because I thought he would actually take him serious, because this is his like third pay-per-view with him, but now it's still not serious
He
to
was
me.
more serious building up to Mania than he is now.
Yeah, I
So I think
guess
we can all guess that John Cena's gonna win.
pretty much. All right.
Following the Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt, whoa, I just
You
heard
yeah, you
myself.
you did not see this,
I
right?
did not see this, but it
So,
doesn't. You don't have to see it to know what happened.
yeah, it's okay. Zack Ryder came out and he came out with the United States like flag. And I was like, "Oh, Zack Ryder, yay." I was like, he's actually going to have a match,
Fun
but like
fact. Fun fact. Alvin is a Zack Ryder
I'm a
uh,
big Zack Ryder fan. Are you
fan.
serious? I used to watch all of his YouTube shows. Or I mean not YouTube. I used to watch his YouTube show, like all his episodes. I like
His show was decent until the WWE picked it up into their
yeah,
channel.
but I love the show and I was always a supporter and I was so happy when he won the United States Championship. And now it's just well, he they just dropped the ball like completely. And when Zack Ryder came out with the United States flag, I was like, "Yay, Zack Ryder!" But then after a while, when he was like on the ramp, I was like, he has a flag. I was like, I kept thinking, I was like, oh God, Rusev's gonna come out. I was like, God, please don't have Rusev come out. And then I was kind of happy because he had a microphone. And I thought he was just gonna cut a promo about the USA. And then Rusev comes out. I was like, oh no.
We all know how it happens when Rusev faces someone like Zack
Like
Ryder.
I had like a big smile. I was like, ah, Zack Ryder. And then like Rusev came. I was like, fuck. And uh, Rusev is his opponent, and it's basically the same matches he has always. That was like a 1 minute match, honestly.
I read because I hadn't seen that, so I went to a wrestling website that gives results, like live results. It
Yeah.
said it was like 20 seconds or something.
Yeah, it was super short. He just like got him down, and then like he stomped on Zack Ryder's back, and then put him in the camel clutch, and that was it. And then and then I heard created in the 95. I was like, oh my God. I was like, are you serious?
They
Why?
they make Rusev squash Zack Ryder just to build up the feud with Big E.
Oh my God. Why is it a black guy? Just don't want.
Most of the people that Rusev has taken care of on Raw are black, so
Yeah.
Big E just couldn't stand it, I guess.
Oh my God.
Martin Luther King did not die for this.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. The next match.
Next
Right.
match, I liked, I would say, until maybe the ending.
It
It
was like
was
all right match. It was like back and forth.
it was one of the better matches of the night. It
Yeah.
was the Rhodes brothers, Cody and Goldust, versus David Batista and Randall Orton
I'd say
in a tag team match.
it was like better than average match.
It was, especially with Batista in it. It was a better match than
Yeah,
most of them.
that's like that says something because Batista's in the match.
Yeah.
So
When a match is good and Batista's in it, you have to watch it. I mean, it was a tag team match, but still, it was a good match. So the match was back and forth most of it, and then Goldust is getting beat up like at a point, and then Cody comes in, and I thought it was really good for Cody because Cody's like fighting both both Evolution members off, and he's like really good right now. He's really hot, no homo. He's got all this momentum. He's fired up. The crowd's going for him. He goes for a disaster kick, and Randy Orton catches him in an RKO, which I did not see coming at all. And it was really good. It was a really good counter, really good RKO, really good way of selling it, I suppose. But Randy kind of just stopped and waited for a little while. Maybe he was supposed to
yeah,
tag in
he was
Batista.
like he was like hesitating,
I have a
and I
feeling
was like,
that Batista was supposed to be tagged in, but Batista was super slow or something. So he just waits till Cody gets back on his feet, RKOs him again, and then pins him. We think it's the end of the match, right? But it's not. Justin Roberts comes on the microphone and he's like, "Oh, this match was elimination, and it's now Orton and Batista versus Goldust in an old holds barred match, which is great, right? Fun. If they're going with
nope.
Goldust versus Cody in the future, I think they should have done the reverse and had it Cody alone. But if
uh,
they're not, I guess this makes sense to just have Goldust alone. But Batista and Orton basically just kill Goldust.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a huge squash.
Goldust got like one move in,
Yeah, he like,
but got speared after.
oh my, yeah.
Like, God, and then hit with
That's
the RKO and then the Batista bomb. And
uh
Randy and Batista win.
like I think this could I think this could like be good. I know you said you wanted it to be reversed, but I thought about that, but um like I think they could have like Goldust turn heel and
Yeah.
saying like they could have Goldust turn heel and be like Cody was always the weak link
Cody was always the weak link.
and he left me last week and all that. And I think that could be good.
That would be
Like
great. That would be non-expectant of the
yeah,
WWE.
that would be like a plot twist, especially now that they actually did something right that they could actually like go on right now. But all right, and
But
then
we
the
all know the
next,
WWE.
yeah,
I half expected the Shield to come out when Goldust was alone, but I guess it didn't happen.
I kind of thought that too. I thought like they were gonna come out and, but nope. But that's the thing I don't like. Like I think they should have came out, so then at least they could have got the upper hand once. Cause like it just seemed like Evolution got the upper hand like
Too many times tonight.
too many times tonight. Yeah, especially Triple H. Like
Triple H.
right, and then the next match, it's Sin Cara versus Bo
Yes.
Dallas.
You just
And
have to
oh
believe,
yeah,
Alvin. You just have to believe.
we have JBL come back by the way.
Yeah, JBL came back in this match
he,
after
he
being
was like,
taken out by the
yeah,
White
like
family.
he was like, I had to come out, but it's Bo time.
Yeah, I
I
would have
thought that's
too if I was JBL and I was like, wait, Bo Dallas is up next.
I was
I don't
like, what's
care
up?
if I got storyline beat it up right now. I'm going out there for Bo Dallas because I'm a Bo lever.
All right, okay, we have Bo Dallas come out and he cuts a promo before the match, and he said he basically says he's on top of his dreams, and he says the most motivational and inspirational thing that I've ever heard. He says, "We don't conquer mountains; we conquer ourselves."
Yes,
I almost cried.
but Brock Lesnar conquered the streak.
Pretty,
So
yeah. That's even though that's irrelevant, that's still being brought up. Okay, all right. So it was like a replay of their match on SmackDown, right?
basically,
Because no one watches SmackDown, so
no
they
one
had to do
watches
on Raw.
SmackDown.
So Bo Dallas won with the Stratusfaction, which is now called the Bo
The Bo
Dog.
Dog.
I thought that was so funny. I thought I could easily come up with that, but like when JVO said that, I was like, oh, that was so obvious. But like, I'm not
I wouldn't
surprised.
have thought about that because to me that's not a bulldog. That's a stratisfaction. So for him to say Bodog, I was just like, yes, it's a Bodog. That's what I'm calling it now. I was like writing in my notes. I was like wins with the, and then I just hear Bodog. I was like, wait, what? Bodog? And I just
But
started laughing. Like I was gonna put stratisfaction, but now I'm gonna put Bodog. So I thought it was hilarious too when he like, I don't know what he did at the beginning. I think he like rolled out of the way from Sin Cara. And he just goes out of the ring. He's like, "Did you see that? Did you see what I
yeah,
just
yeah.
did?" And then Sin Cara hits him and then does the same thing. He's like, "Did you see that? I'm Mexican. Did you see that?"
I would have booed the shit out of like Sin Cara,
Me too.
like after that freaking kick to the face, like when he was like giving high fives to the crowd. They just like kick it. He just kicks his face.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. All right, the
Sin
next
Cara
like
doesn't believe. And then at the end of the match, again, he wins it again. He says, "You don't get satisfaction from victory. You get satisfaction from effort." And then he shakes Sin Cara's hand, but this time, unlike on SmackDown, he hugged him.
ooh.
Like, whoa. I have a feeling this isn't gonna lead into a feud with Sin Cara at all.
I don't
This
even know who he would feud with.
It makes me kind of believe that Sin Cara is gonna turn into his friend. But that doesn't make sense at all.
That really doesn't. Okay,
It would be great though.
okay. Before we go to the next segment, I kind of want to talk about Bo Dallas for a second.
Bo Dallas is
Like
amazing.
I was thinking a lot, like who was gonna be his first opponent, because it seems like no one like fits with him and could actually job to him. Because
Sin Cara just proved you wrong.
like you can't go with Santino because he would just like play along. But I'm glad they
That
picked
would be funny
Santino.
though. I think that would be funny. Like I don't like Santino, but I would like to see that. Like
But
I don't know.
I don't
I have
really.
a feeling if he did that, he would end up hitting him with a cobra anyways. So
But that would ruin him though, and then like
true.
Bo Dallas would feud with Santino.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't. No one wants to see that.
Okay, and then like who's gonna feud with Bo Dallas?
I
You
don't
know,
see Sin Cara feuding with him.
I don't at all. So that's what I was thinking about. Like, there's no one on the roster who would seem like fit to like Bo Dallas. Like you, like I would love Dolph Ziggler, but I don't think he would actually fit with him.
I don't think he fits with him
Yeah,
either. It needs to be someone who like
like
maybe John Cena can go against him. They have basically the
yeah.
same gimmick.
It's well, like you can't give someone like Bo Dallas to freaking John Cena because that's different. Because they gave Bray Wyatt to John Cena because he's already a good impression and he's already super good on the mic, super impressive in the ring, and like he just like they just loved his gimmick already, and the first person he attacked was Kane, so that makes a good impression. But when Bo Dallas makes a good impression, or kind of a good impression against Sin Cara, like that doesn't really like fits you in to John Cena. Like I feel like like because John Cena can only have a bit serious feud, and I feel like if he would feud with Bo Dallas, it would just be like all joke. Like
But none of these guys are serious. That's why. Like, Bo Dallas's gimmick is so cheesy, but it's basically the same thing as Cena in a way. So having them together in a feud, I don't see it, but it would be something funny to happen.
Bo Dallas has like he's like the biggest troll, by the way.
He really is,
He,
and I love it.
his smile is just he makes it worse. Like, I
I
mean, it makes
actually
it better.
his smile is actually so similar to when Bray Wyatt smiles.
It's like so. Oh God, it's like his
Their
God. I
eyes
can't.
like completely close.
Yeah, it's like
Like
it's so weird.
they have a lot of like muscle, like smiling muscles in their upper face, I guess.
I like I I hear people like wanting Bo Dallas to actually join the White family, but if they ever were to do that, I feel like they should actually do that after like a year
The thing
or
is, if he joins the family, he's gonna have to drop his gimmick.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he should actually like wait for like a year
Yeah.
because like he can't leave the White family and go back to that gimmick because
Unless they do, well, it's WWE.
well,
They'll
yeah,
find
I
a
feel
way. They'll
you'll
find a
find
way
a
to do it.
all right. Okay, enough of Bo Dallas, even though
Enough
we
of Bo
love him.
Dallas. The segment of the night here, I would say. Segment everyone's talking about, everyone was looking forward to. Daniel Bryan being asked to surrender the WWE World Heavyweight Championship to Stephanie McMahon. So, Daniel comes out sporting the neck thing, brace, I guess. And the crowd is pretty loud. They're like, yeah, it's Daniel Bryan. And, Stephanie starts off by saying, oh, I could strip you of the title, but it's important that the crowd hears you make the right decision. Basically the same shit she's been saying for the past 2 weeks. So Brian is like saying that there's no shame in the giving up the title at all. There's no shame. He is willing to give up the title. But he doesn't want to give up the title because Stephanie only wants him to give up the title not because of his injury, but because he beat her husband at WrestleMania 30. Which I think that's a pretty good idea for a storyline, maybe, to see how it works out. So Daniel Bryan says that he's gonna say something to Stephanie that she's probably never heard in her whole life, and it starts off a no chant with the crowd. No, 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 blah 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 blah, saying he won't give up the championship, basically. So what does Stephanie do that he hasn't given up the championship? She mentions how Brie Bella, Daniel Bryan's wife, put her hands on Stephanie McMahon, what, 2 weeks ago?
I think that was yeah 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
and she says, you can't push the boss. Shut the hell up. It's been happening for how long with McMahon and Austin? And she pushes you and suddenly it's a terrible thing? What the hell? Triple H is over here in matches. Shouldn't they be fired too? So she says to Stephanie, I'll give you the choice. You can either, at Payback, give up your championship or Brie Bella gets fired, blah, blah, blah. So she's giving Daniel the option to give up the title until Payback. I would think that means that he's going to keep the title even after Payback. I would like
Did,
to see, like I said, I don't know when I said this, two
wait,
weeks ago.
did you hear what she said after?
No,
Did
what
you?
did she
No,
say
really?
after?
She said he rather gives up the title or have Brie Bella fired.
I would get her fired. I'd want her. I like,
Yeah, I'd
girl,
be
you don't
like,
even
fuck.
wrestle. You're like, what the hell?
You
You
don't even
barely show
wrestle,
up on
right?
TV.
Yeah,
All
fuck
you are
that.
on the E network. But yeah, I like I said like 2 weeks ago. I would love to see Brie and Stephanie. I think that'd be great to
What
see.
it? Yeah, what it? Yeah, I feel like they could have like, okay, if Brie Bella beats you, I get to keep the titles and keeps her job. But if she loses, then like I surrender the title. I feel like they could do something
They
like that.
could. I would
I
like
don't
to
know.
see that. Mainly to see Stephanie get the shit beaten out of her. Because I really don't like her character. I love Stephanie. Don't get that wrong. She's amazing. But her character is so annoying. It really is.
All right. We go to the second Diva match, and I'm glad they have the second Diva match kind of because the last one was awful, but this one made more sense because it was actually about, well, the last one was about the Total Divas, and this one is actually about like,
Actual divas.
yeah, non fuck that. Like I hate the I hope they I think they that's a good idea to have like one part of the show be about the total divas and then the other part is about like the actual divas, the like the whatever the anti non like the
Total divas.
anti total divas. Yeah, I think that's what they called it last time. So it was Alicia Fox versus Emma, and um, first of all, thank God Emma did not come out with Santino. I was like, thank you, Lord. And
Thank you, Vince.
I'm glad. I'd rather see her win with like a roll up than the Cobra, honestly. But Alicia Fox is really starting to grow on me a lot. Like I really did not like Alicia Fox at all. I thought she was just like there to be there, but now they're actually doing something with her, and she's like trying to like get out an actual gimmick. And at first, my first initial reaction when, well, yeah, Emma won with a roll up, and I literally marked out, but at the same time, I was like, why did you just make your number one contender lose? Like, I was happy that Emma won, but I don't think that was good for Alicia Fox. So, um, but it was good that Alicia, like, attacked her, so it didn't make her completely weak. Oh my God, but we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alicia Fox is insane.
she is she is out of control. Like it's so bad. Like I love what she's doing, but it's getting out of hand. You need to calm
Yeah.
down, Alicia. Alicia, you need to calm down. Like take a chill pill. I swear to God. What I noticed when she slid outside to where like the announcer table was, John like automatically got his hat
Yeah.
and like
He grabbed his head and like hid it behind him.
I thought that was like super funny. Oh my God. And then that was like don't they support like anti-bullying?
Yeah. Don't be a bully. Be a star. But if you have to, slap some people around
That was like the
and rip off their
most
underwear.
that was worse than regular bullying, honestly. Like she literally pulled the like producer guy or whatever he is and she pulls him over the barricade. Like she doesn't even drag him around. She pulls him over it onto the ground and I thought he was like taking off his shirt. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then like she grabs his underwear and she rips it off. I was like, "What the hell?" I
That
was
is
like,
not PG.
oh, that was not PG. I literally thought she was gonna like take his pants off. And I was like, oh my, what
If
the
he
hell
did,
is
he
this?
would have been exposed. Because she
He
ripped
would
his
have.
underwear off.
For his pale ass. Oh my god. That looks so bad. Oh god. I love Alicia. I love what she's doing. But this is Alicia, you gotta calm down, I
She needs to
swear.
step
You
like a
need to
little
calm down,
down.
Alicia, I
She needs to
swear.
take a step down.
And then she gets like two beer soda whatever
One
drinks.
was like a Diet Coke, and the other one was like an orange soda.
Oh, I couldn't see it
It
really
was
because
weird.
it was weird. And then she poured it all over herself and it was like,
Stone Cold should just come out at Payback and stunner her.
yeah. I mean, she was like basically doing that because before she was like, I'm not a loser.
Yeah. God.
So
She
I
was like
just,
yelling at a fan.
yeah, like he was like, I think he just came down to like,
Yeah, he just came down to scream at her. He had like a CM Punk shirt on, and she
yeah,
was
that
yelling at him.
like she just said, you paid for your ticket, and that was it. All right, so that segment was
God.
interesting. And then they announced El Torito versus Hornswoggle
Yeah.
in a hair versus mask versus hair match, and
That's gonna be the match of the century.
match match of the like, oh my,
Match of the WWE history.
pretty much.
So
All right, the next segment. I didn't really
after
get to see this. Yeah, so you
it
can.
was, oh God, I don't know how to feel about this match. Really, I don't know how to feel. I want to cry because I love Damien Sandow, but I'm happy because I love Adam Rose. They put this like outfit on Damien and call him Davy Crockett, and it was just horrible. It was absolutely terrible. I love Damien Sandow. I thought what he did, what 2 weeks ago again, was great. The whole talking on the mic, I thought that was great. But now they're just going back to what he was doing before as Magneto. It's horrible. It's
Well,
disgusting.
I thought that was super funny at first, but then it's like getting out of hand. Like Sandow literally addressed about him wearing costumes, and then they make him wear a
Yeah.
costume, and I thought that was like, did he just say like, is
I don't
this
have
the
to wear
show?
I don't have to wear a costume on this show, right? And then he goes on Raw 2 weeks later wearing a costume again. Great.
WWE was like, "Oh no, you're gonna wear it in like 2 weeks," and I believe Adam Rose won with his
Yeah.
finisher.
I don't know what it's called. He like
What I don't even what was it?
it. I don't even know. I like looked away for a second and missed it, but he like grabbed his head and then like pulled him down to the like he leg sweeped him down to the mat.
Ew.
And yeah, and then won. And then Jack Swagger attacks him, but somehow Rose is able to counter with the pretty good spine buster. I like the spine buster, and he keeps punching him. Then Jack rolls out of the ring, and Rose is like, "Don't touch my lemon." And the Rosebuds come out and carry Adam away in the sunset. So don't be a lemon, be a Rosebud. But don't make Damien Sandow wear any costumes anymore, please. I love Damien Sandow. He was my Royal Rumble pick because I thought he deserved it after being screwed out of the Money in the Bank. But of
Oh
course,
yeah, I
now
remember that.
he's now he's here wearing costumes every week.
Oh my God, his hat was so bad. It was like it was like a Boy Scout hat. It was really bad.
At first, I didn't even know it was Damien Sandow.
Oh my
What
God.
what really made me mad though is they didn't even acknowledge that it was Damien Sandow
Oh my God.
for even a
What?
second.
The lemon was so ridiculous, by the way. Oh,
Yeah.
it was like I see it right now. Adam Rose. It was like know how Curtis Axel's finisher, the face buster thing,
Yeah.
but like he did the same thing, but like it was like an arcade. It was like a cutter position.
Oh.
So
Oh,
that's pretty
okay.
cool. That's
Okay.
pretty cool. I would prefer the clothesline. No, I don't know. I feel like they're both good. All right. So after that, it was. I don't think I've ever seen this ever. I don't,
No, I don't.
have
I've
you?
never seen this. Never
It
before.
it was
This
seriously
was a
like
first.
okay to be okay. Let's get real. This was basically a replay of like 2 years ago. Um, but it's just Sheamus downgraded with the. It's like this is why I don't like Sheamus because you look 2 years back. No, these are two guys I don't even like anymore because you look 2 years back and they're and then you look right now and they're like exactly the same and they have the exact same match.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Like, it's horrible on
it was
WWE's
like
part.
it was like the average Sheamus match. Like that's why I was so ticked off when they gave it to Sheamus, the United States Championship. I love Sheamus. Like he's a great wrestler, but I just don't like him. I don't like his gimmick at all because he can't just bro kick everybody and like say fella and think he can get over with that because he's not gonna get over. Well, maybe he is with the kids, but it's not gonna get over with most of the crowd. Like Del Rio as well. Like he's like I feel like he's super like it's like super awkward in the ring, but he's good. He's a good wrestler.
I think he's
But
super awkward because he's not. They're not letting him do everything he's capable of doing. I mean, he used to wrestle under a mask, so he could do a lot
yeah,
of more high flying stuff. Now he can't really do that because he has this rich boy gimmick.
well, like you would think he would like jump. Like when I see Del Rio jump from the top rope, like he looks so awkward.
He really
Like
does.
it's
Like
like
his legs are like pointing inward together.
yeah, it's like I don't even believe that he was in a mask, but he was. And I just don't like these guys anymore. It was literally an average Sheamus match. Like Del Rio, I just think he should just be like repackaged because like you can't just have Del Rio. He's like one of those guys when they're about to put like a 12-man tag match and they just put Alberto Del Rio as the heel like or like as one of the heels to like fill the spot. And that goes for Sheamus as well. I feel like he's still one of those guys who's just randomly put in a tag team match. But now they just have like now he just has like a title, which doesn't really mean anything
I feel
because
like it meant more with Dean Ambrose than it means with Sheamus right now.
Dean Ambrose wanted to defend it, but they just never did. And I can understand why he couldn't, but at the same time, I feel like he could have had at least some time. All right.
Did
So
you see when Del Rio super kicked Sheamus?
yeah, that look.
He like legit slammed his boot into his face.
Yeah,
Like
that
hard.
super hard. That I love Del. That's like that's why I say Del Rio is a great wrestler. But it's just like his. It's like I always go, ooh, that kid go like every time I see it. But like that's the only thing I that gets me excited about that. Like I guess I'm just like a big fan of super kicks.
Yeah,
Uh,
you really are. You go wild after every super kick. The Uso super kick,
yeah,
Del Rio super
I
kick,
and the Rob Van Dam super
Drew
kick.
Rob Van Dam super kick.
Oh, I guess I really love super kicks.
Yeah,
So
someone
that's
likes their
about
super
it.
kicks.
I love super kicks, like especially like the sound effect they make, like the clapping thing. I still don't understand how they do that. By the way, like, do they have like mics in their boots or whatever? Like, I don't even know. Okay, because like I don't like. Does someone like stay by the camera and just like wait?
Just clap, clap into the camera. Just
I feel like they rather have a mic near like their boot or something. I don't even know. Okay, speaking of Dean Ambrose, by the way, we go in the contract signing.
God.
And they while Dean Ambrose is having Seth Rollins and Dean, they're having like super good promos. They're like, Dean's already super good,
Yeah.
and Rollins is like he's improving so much, I think. And then Roman Reigns is just like throwing everything out of the
Yeah.
ring.
I was
I
like,
was
what is
like,
this guy doing? I thought at first he was symbolizing what Dean was talking about, but then he started throwing all the chairs out. Like he threw
yeah,
three chairs out first. Then he starts throwing the others, and I was like, wait, what? What are you doing here? It's a contract signing guy. Calm down.
all right. And then they're about to sign the contract, and then Evolution comes out, and like it was super weird because they came out, and I feel like Reigns just like ruined what Dean and Seth said because it sounded so childish to me. Roman Reigns was like get in the ring and fight.
You gonna fight or what?
Yeah, you gonna fight or what? I was like, is that all you had to say? I felt like if you want Reigns to speak last, at least have him speak something that sounds more tough than
You gonna
like
fight or what?
exactly. And then honestly, I don't even know who to pick for this match because the Shield already won. But I feel wait, isn't Batista leaving again?
I think he is. I
Yeah.
heard that he is.
So I think the Shield. Well, of course, if you do not have or if you get the advantage before the pay-per-view, you lose. Just saying. So I think that will happen. I feel like the Shield needs to. I feel like because they were talking about how evolution is gonna be no more or Shield is gonna be no more because and like when you think about it, like the Shield is of course they're gonna stay there. So and when you think about it, evolution is gone.
They're old.
They're I mean well, I didn't mean it by that, but I
No, they are
was
old.
they're
That they
old. They're
are.
they're old, but like well, Orton's a good age, but Batista and
Yeah.
Triple H are old.
But
But
still, in a sense, Orton is kind of old in the sense that he's been in the WWE for a long time.
I
So
can, yeah, I can. All right. So when they said that, I feel like they're just gonna be gone after that. So of course we're gonna have the Shield win. I feel like they were gonna have the Shield win, but like when you, I don't think you could just get rid of Evolution, right? Like they just fade away.
evolution never stops,
I
according to Triple H.
But like you can't have the Evolution win because if they do, they're gonna have to address their win. But Batista's leaving anyway.
I have a feeling they'll lose, and then Batista will leave and be like, "I'm going back to Hollywood." And then like Orton and Triple H will get in an argument or something, and then they'll split up. I don't know. I
I forgot to mention that. Think about the Batista and Orton thing. Uh, I forgot to mention that Cody Rhodes earlier called Batista a
Oh
skinny
yeah,
jean sellout. I thought that was super funny.
that was.
Okay. Anyways, like. I don't really see what the Shield could actually do after that, you know? Like the only thing and I don't want to say this at all. I hate this so much and I think you know where I'm going at. I I I I don't want to say it, but I don't see it, but I think it's like the only thing I think that possibly could happen. I feel like the Shield one member of the Shield could like turn on or something. But when I think about that, you can't. They're like so determined, but they're gonna have Roman Reigns as a top face.
God, I
But
don't want to see that.
but Dean is so aggressive on the mic, and he's like so motivated to like beat the living shit out of the Evolution. But when you point at Seth, Seth turned on them first, but he only did that to send a message to keep the Shield together. So he wants the Shield together. So it's like I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen.
I think if needed to, all three members could easily be alone. Easily. But
Yeah,
I would not want Roman to be the bigger star of the three of them.
yeah, I feel like yeah, exactly. So and it's gonna be super awkward to see Roman Reigns without like in a wrestling attire, by the way.
Yeah, that will be pretty
Like
awkward.
I've seen Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, they look cool. But like Roman Reigns looks super awkward. Like the first time I saw his like picture of his wrestling attire, he looks super awkward. And I don't think I could get as like I know I'm gonna get used to it, but like the Superman punch and the spear, I think they only look good when he has like the Shield attire for some reason.
But then again, we don't know because we haven't seen him in a wrestling attire yet doing that. Maybe it would look cool eventually. But if they
Okay,
keep him with the attire, I think he's destined to fail. Because if they keep him with the attire, they're going to basically keep the gimmick on him too. Which, that's basically like if
it's like the Nexus, like
yeah, the Nexus broke up and then Wade Barrett stayed with the Nexus t-shirt, armband and all that.
yeah, I know,
That
but
would not work. It's like if the Rockers split up and then Marty Jannetty kept wearing
yeah,
the like
the
the
yeah,
leather jackets and all that kind of stuff.
I can see what you're saying there, but I think the Shield could win, and then I think they should have at least one more WrestleMania. To be honest, I feel like they should go on to like at least one more year because I love this team so much. I've never loved a team like these guys because like the Nexus, the only person I liked was Wade Barrett and maybe Justin Gabriel, but that's about it. But Wade Barrett was the only guy I liked, and all of them, like all of the Nexus, they were basically the same, but
But with
only
the Shield, they're all like different.
yeah, they're all different, but they combine so good, and in it's a great amount of people. Like that's why before I didn't like the idea of someone else joining the Shield. Like I heard rumors about that before, but I didn't like. I wasn't satisfied because I thought this was already perfect. Like they can't do it like a quadruple power bomb. So
They should
like,
let Randy Orton join and then they'll do a triple power bomb into RKO.
yeah. Oh my god, that would be amazing. Oh my
That
god.
would that would look cool. But
But
yeah.
um,
So Raw
but
ends with
the Shield getting shitted on.
yeah, with Evolution standing tall, triple power bomb through the announcer table to Roman Reigns.
And
Ugh.
God, it's like I feel like this is. I feel like this is like the breaking point for all the feuds, honestly. You know, because like okay, let's look back because we're not gonna. Okay, we're not gonna have Cesaro with Sheamus anymore,
God, I hope not.
and Barrett. Well, yeah, I think we could. I don't know. We're not gonna have Barrett and RVD.
No, I don't see that happening.
We're and then we're probably gonna get Goldust and Cody soon, because this is like the
Yeah,
deadline.
yeah.
El Torito and Hornswoggle, I think they could have one more pay-per-view,
I
but
would
I feel
love to see that,
yeah.
but since this is a stipulation match, a hair versus mask, I don't think that it'll happen again.
Big E and Rusev, I feel like this is just like a one-time thing, unless they ran out of black guys and like they want another match.
I think if Big E wins, then it'll continue. But if Rusev wins, he'll go on to the next guy to squash.
Or you mean the next black guy?
Yeah.
So, oh my God. And then Bo Dallas. I don't even. Yeah, I feel like they could. They're gonna have something for Bo Dallas to feud with.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
I wouldn't want to just see him running around beating people and then saying, "You did good. You did good."
Alicia Fox.
And Paige,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think they should have like a good match. By the
Yeah,
way,
that would I think that
I
would
feel
be
like that
good.
would be like a
Especially on a
great.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, I
I
feel
think
like
it'd be
they
good.
could have like a great deadline because have actually have Paige have some offense in, by the way, and then Alicia Fox is actually a really great wrestler. I love her backbreakers.
And she's
I feel like
crazy.
Paige is gonna win, by the way, and
Yeah,
then like
they're not ending her title reign so soon.
yeah, and then like they could actually have Emma as the next person because Emma beat the number one contender at the current time, right? So
But she
that
got
would
her
make sense.
ass beat by the number one contender too, so
That was cheap shot, but I feel like they could have like a triple threat because look, when you think about it, Emma's not with Santino anymore. So I was like, I started to think about that. Like Emma could actually go on for the title now. So I think that would be great, unless they're gonna save that for later. Um, s- Adam Rose and Jack Swagger is just gonna end, of course.
don't
Um,
be a lemon, be a rosebud.
and that's and Shield and Evolution. They already talked about how they're gonna end each other, so I think that's gonna end.
Yeah, this is gonna be the last match, I would say.
Yeah, I, yeah. So this is
And
like
Bray and John, I think this is gonna be the last match
I
too.
hope, I think, I think. Well, they both have one on each other, right?
Yeah.
Oh, John Cena's gonna win. Fuck it. I cannot even see Bray winning anymore. And I think last time was just like an overbooked mess, honestly.
It,
Like,
God.
like when Eric pushed Cena on top of the cage, I thought that was super cool. But they literally got into the cage, and I thought that was kind of overbooked.
Yeah, the fact that they kept doing it over and over and over and over
Yeah,
again, it was like, okay. If he can't even win in a cage match, unless they're banned from ringside or unless the Usos are at ringside as well, I don't see Cena winning.
I don't.
But at the same time, I can't see Cena losing.
I cannot. I don't. Again, I don't. I just. I'm glad this is gonna end, and we're just gonna get brand new feuds. Cause I love like brand new feuds when they start. Um, so my prediction for Daniel Bryan, he probably is gonna give up the title. You know, cause it's his wife and he loves her, and um, she has to keep her job.
But
I
what matters more? Her job or having the championship and being the top star,
well, he
right?
can't be the top star when he's gonna be gone
Yeah,
for
but
like.
he'll be back. He'll be back eventually.
I feel like he's lost so much momentum though.
I don't.
Like, why couldn't like? I don't think I've ever seen a time where Daniel Bryan has actually had the upper hand, like in a segment, by the way. Like, and even if he did have the upper hand, it had like freaking 50 people in the ring. That's
True.
it. Like, I thought, like, after WrestleMania, I thought he would actually be a good fighting champion and have good defenses. But no, we have Kane squashing him out and burying him. Like, I feel like this is like another Zack Ryder, but I know he's not going to lose his popularity because he's like more over than Cena. In my opinion, um, I know but he's losing momentum. Like people are just tired of seeing Daniel Bryan getting squashed, and like like he's still feuding with the Authority after like more than half a year, and I'm just tired of Daniel. Just I feel like he should just go with someone else. Like I don't want to. Like Kane versus Daniel. I thought that was like a one-time thing, and it was, but they're still on the authority.
They're building it up to happen again, basically. With the night that he announced that he had to go surgery, and then Kane pulled him out.
Yeah.
They're
So,
basically setting it up again. If if he is able to have a match soon.
oh my
But
God.
he should get out of the feud with the Authority because it's basically the same stuff, you know. It's them trying to get him away from being a top main event star. Oh, you're just a B plus player, blah blah blah. No, no, no. These people love me. Yes, yes, yes. It's getting boring.
It is getting boring. Oh
Even
God.
with Daniel Bryan, it's getting boring. And the more they go on with this, the less popularity I feel Daniel will have.
Cause like,
They're trying to make it the new Stone Cold, but you can't be a new Stone Cold when
be,
you're not fighting the Authority back. Like,
Stone Cold was so different because he brought in like trucks and like beer trucks and he sprayed them over all of that. But like Daniel Bryan is not gonna like he's not gonna get like milk or like the worst thing he's gonna get is like water because he's like a
well,
vegan.
actually, he's no longer vegan.
What? It,
Since like 2012, I believe he's no longer vegan because he is soy intolerant now, meaning he can't intake soy, so he can't have like soy milk and all this
uh,
stuff. And plus, being on the road, it was very hard for him to get those kind of vegan products, but he's still vegetarian. So he
uh,
could do milk. He could do lettuce,
well, I don't even want to
ranch.
say that. That'll be like the most PG thing I've ever seen. Even though we're in the reality era, like seriously, like lettuce, that would be like a freaking jungle. Like I swear to
God.
God.
Just
Um,
imagine Daniel Bryan pouring out lettuce from
alright,
a hose.
I think we should just talk about Daniel's decision in another video.
We
Alright.
should. That will come later. But this, I think, ends our review unless you have anything else to add.
No, I don't.
Alright, well, this is the end of our Raw review. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment on what you thought about the show. What do you give this show rating, Alvin?
I can't believe I'm saying this. Well, I'd give an 8.
That's funny because I give it a 7, so we basically only went one up from what we usually were. I usually have
Yeah,
like 6s, you usually have 7s, but I give it a
yeah.
7 out of 10. Give it an 8. Comment on what you give it out of 10, out of 100, out of 50, out of whatever you think is the best rating system. Tell us what you thought about the show, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Uh, Tell us what you liked that we talked, what you think we should talk about. Um, maybe, maybe not. Leave a like, show us to your friends, subscribe. If you don't have a YouTube channel and you're watching us, but you don't want to make a YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter so you can know when we're uploading videos or when a video's up. Not YouTube, I'm sorry. Twitter.com/AlvinAlpha for Alvins. Twitter.com/XXOMG for me. Or XXOMGXX, sorry. I don't even know my own Twitter URL. And follow me on Instagram because I will post it there too, at the Wrestling Mark. So thank you for watching. Alvin, have anything to say?
No.
All right, well then, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.